Here are the 3 biggest mistakes that home sellers make. Hi, my name is Jesse Loader with the Loader Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos. In today's video, I'm going to break down the 3 biggest mistakes that home sellers make here in 2023. So let's go. Okay, so number 1, and this might seem a little bit obvious out there to people who just have some common sense about this thing, but the number 1 biggest mistake that home sellers make is they overprice their homes. So what this means is that quite often, I think the biggest mistake sellers make is they account for too much negotiating room. So we all know that unless we're in an absolutely crazy market where there's multiple offers everywhere and homes are selling in 6 hours way over list price with 10 offers, you need to price your home here because you're expecting a little bit less because a home buyer is going to come in with an offer even less. You kind of meet somewhere in the middle, right? Everybody kind of knows how that works. But I think that home sellers, they account for too much of that negotiating room. So here in the greater Edmonton area, where the average home price is around $500,000, if you're in places like Leduc, it's more like $425,000. So when you're looking at the average price home and in that general price point, really you shouldn't account for more room for negotiating than about $10,000. So if we think your home is worth $450,000, it might be best to list it at $459,900, but no higher than that. All right, and the other thing I want to mention with pricing is it is not an exact science, okay? So how we come up with pricing is we look at comparable sales, typically over the past 30 to 90 days, to see what people are willing to pay for homes that are similar to yours in a similar time frame. Now, the caveat to that is that we're looking at past data. That doesn't really account for anywhere the market is going to go or where we think the market is going to go. Okay, so we have to look at past data and go, all right, here's what I think people are willing to pay for your house. And based on where the market's headed over the next few months, here's where I think we should price your house and here's what I think it's worth. Okay, so it is critically important for people for your home to at least be in the right ballpark of the right price. Home buyers now are so much more educated than they ever have been before because of the access to information. Typically people know what places are selling for, right? So they can identify an overpriced home very, very quickly, where in the past it was much more difficult to do that. So number 1 is make sure you do not overprice your home. Number 2, you got too much stuff in your house. All right, so one of the services that here at the Loader Real Estate Group that we do offer is a free home staging consultation. Now, this is not what you see on HGTV or anything like that, where they come and they rip out all your furniture and take everything off the walls and bring in all this new stuff. That's not what this is. But what it is get a professional home stager that comes into your home. It takes maybe an hour, hour and a half, and you give them a little bit of a tour throughout their home, and they give you little tips and tricks and ideas, kind of room by room, on how to make your home look its best. The most important day with the home selling process is the media day, when you get your photos and videos and floor plans and all of that kind of stuff done. So your home needs to look its best on that day. And one of the biggest things that any home stager will tell you to do is to declutter. Okay, too much stuff. Now, this also means perhaps you don't have too much stuff in a room, but maybe that furniture or the things you do have in that space are too large for the space. If you have a relatively small bedroom with a huge king size bed and 2 sets of dressers and a mirror and nightstands and all this kind of stuff, it's just gonna make the room look that much smaller. So we want to eliminate some of that big bulky furniture to make sure that every space looks as large as possible, as inviting as possible, so that when a home buyer walks into your space, they feel at home immediately. Really, you just want to strip down everything that you can. You want to leave nothing on the kitchen counters. You want to have no big bulky furniture in the bedrooms or the living room or the dining room. If you have kids, make sure all that their toys are put away and things like that. Same thing goes with pets. So make sure that you get rid of all that big bulky furniture and just try and have it look as minimalist as possible for your media day. And number 3, the third biggest mistake that I see home sellers make is they hire the wrong representation. When it comes to selling what is most likely your largest asset, your home or rental property, it is critically important to hire the right representation. Now, there are quite a few real estate agents in our market. We have over 4,000 of them, and for our population size, everybody probably knows of one or two real estate agents, right? That's only natural. But make sure that those real estate agents that you do know what they're doing. And in a previous video, I talked about really what you want to look out for in a real estate agent. So make sure to go and check that out, because I think it's a very, very important video. It might give you some good tips when you are interviewing agents to sell your house. So it's not always best to hire maybe the one that you know the best, because that person may not know what they're doing. So do your research. I encourage everybody to interview multiple agents when they're buying a house, and especially when they're selling a house. Okay, so make sure you hire the right representation. This person is going to listen to what your needs are. They are going to be very knowledgeable about the market. They're going to have a high level of experience, not number of years as a realtor, but a lot of experience. Okay, that's the number one kind of cringeworthy bit of marketing that I see from real estate agents. I have 25 years in the real estate industry, but if they've only sold 10, 15, 20 homes a year during that time, they don't necessarily have the same level of experience as somebody who sells 100 every year, right? So make sure that you hire the proper representation when it comes to selling your largest asset. So thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Jesse with the Loader Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to go check out all my other videos on this channel, and we'll see you next time.